Hello, just doing a shop tour. Kind of messy. Forge, homemade semi-brake drum. Made a bunch of stuff the other day. Had pegboard everywhere, so I'm slowly getting rid of it all. It's probably 18 by 20. Is just this front part where I pretty much do all my stuff. Floor's cracked and not level at all anywhere, which is a pain in the butt. But little Harbor Freight thing I rigged up. Compressor. I do paint sprayer repair, so this is kind of a everything shop except for my mechanic area. That's where in my 2-car garage is where I work on all my motorcycles and dirt bikes and stuff. This is mainly just for fabricating, woodworking, stuff like that, and paint sprayer repair. But the old timer that owned this house lived here about 60 years. So he was a pump engineer, and the guy did awesome work on everything. So I'm just adding what I like about it. And this, I've just moved a lot of stuff around and made this area more all my shelves that kind of hold my tools and everything. This wall is what I've been working on the most. Start out with my clamp holder. It's angle iron. It's super simple. Drilled some holes in it. Welded it on. Kind of cut back the angle on the wall right there to make it so those clamps sit flush on the wall. Real simple. Just needed to have room. And I got all sorts of angle iron I've got from job sites. I do fire sprinklers during the day. And I came across probably 100 and something 7-footers that the old system was hanging from, so I'd been taking it all home. Super simple clamp setup. Pretty basic. Cut some pieces, welded them on. Didn't really do a whole lot. You can see just the tacks, but they're heavy right in all the corners. Burning in pretty deep. But I can add more in case I get more. I made sure that I just left more room so I can get some longer ones. Turned out pretty good. Hammer holder, angle iron. I did like a bigger piece on the back. Let's see, 3-inch angle, and then 1.5 inches. I did the bigger stuff in the back just so it would be able to fit bigger hammers easier, and I wouldn't have anything hitting or have to turn them sideways. So that seemed to work the best. That's a pretty bad boy. That's a big one. Got about 1.5 inch gap. If I didn't have like my mallet, oh actually it was this ball peen wouldn't fit, so I just sanded it down. I wasn't too worried about it. So, turned out real good. Ended up putting my studs are right about here and here. And I set one screw straight, and then I went up at an angle underneath right in the corner of this angle. Drilled another hole, and that really made it sturdy. So, I got another screw down here, but it's not really doing a whole lot. Tape measure holder. I whipped that up real quick. Except for these cheesy Harbor Freight ones, always lose the back. But they were free. But you can actually fit a lot of tape measures on them. And if they don't have a back, you can just sit them in there. But all of them had a back. That's why I chose to put it underneath the window. But those Harbor Freight ones they're usually free, so. Turned out real nice. Ended up drilling just some holes 1/2-inch holes, and then I just hollowed them out with a die grinder. Fit all these. Just hate pegboard, so trying to get rid of it all. Use what I got. There really wasn't a whole lot on YouTube for making metal hangers. Saw one video on a angle, but he got pretty fancy. This didn't take too long at all. All it is some flat steel that I ran across, and I welded it all from the inside. This I put big welds on everything underneath, just because of the weight that it's gonna hold. So then my wrench holder, pretty basic on this. Drilled holes through that fit this rod, and welded it from the back, but Harbor Freight welders suck and they don't burn very hot. So I had a handful of them fall off, so I just decided to hit them all underneath. Then I just hit them with a hammer and made them bend up. So now I can yank on everything with that vise and nothing's falling off like the pegboard. Simple socket holder. Everything fits pretty good down in there. I just drilled 1/2-inch holes for these bigger ones, and then I switched to 3/8, and then I just whatever bit I had laying around that worked for those ones. But it's pretty nice. Everything stays in order. Same with the screwdrivers. 1/2-inch holes, 3/8, pretty basic. I hit all. A lot of this angle was kind of had that paint crap on it that most metal comes with, so I just hit it with an angle grinder and burned everything off. Got all my picks, my paint sprayer stuff I do. I use quite a bit of different tools, punches, lots of picks for different O-rings and stuff, so I really liked having everything out and about. My studs are 2 foot apart, so I ended up just building this big one and kind of going from there. Left a few other little room spaces, but you can kind of see. Oh, there wasn't a stud there. I don't know why I missed that one, but I did put one back there. Plier holder. All I did was do 1/2-inch holes right in a row. Then I used my die grinder with a metal burr bit to hollow it out and smooth it all out. These ones I just made wider for different stuff, but little small needle nose fit down in there pretty good. But these smaller holes is what I did the smaller wrenches for, because they just sit down there real nice. Turned out real good. Simple, basic design, but and it's made from metal, which is awesome. Then I made another rack out of 3/8 cold row, and these I just burned right on. I didn't really need wanted the wrench one to sit more flush, but it doesn't really matter. Not with this. Just made them a little bigger, made some stick out more to where I can just put all my grinding wheels on. Other random little things I use quite a bit. Just had a sign up on that area. You can see the outline. It was probably been there since I was born. Old timer did good work around here. So I'll build another little small one. Not sure yet what I want yet. We'll see. I got lots of walls in here, so I definitely want to be able to use it. But good little work area. You can reach everything real good, and everything stays organized really well. Old school vise. Can't go wrong with these bad boys. I got it for free. Well, I helped a guy move some stuff, and he had this laying around, so I asked him for payment. He said, yep, take it. So got pretty lucky. I had a bunch of my hammers just hanging out on here, so all those nails are coming off. I don't want anything really hanging off my workbench except for I'll probably end up making something to hold my giant crescents and pipe wrenches. That's all. They can probably just go and hang on a wall somewhere. Never gonna use it. Little hand forged hooks that I make for coat racks and stuff. Welding helmet. Harbor Freight. Buddy gave it to me, so I can't complain too much, but I'll be getting a nice link in or something. Just hit and miss with this. Sometimes it burns well, sometimes it doesn't, but it gets all the jobs done that I need to. Craftsman 4x10 that I got for $10 probably 10 years ago. Still running strong. Needed 2x72. But this is the enemy pegboard. Hate it. Don't like it. Looks like crap. This is coming down next. I'll probably end up making some more screwdriver holders and maybe putting just a few more different types of hangers and shit on it. I can always add to them. So if I ever come up with a different idea, I can just add. All this pegboard was in here. There was even more. I put some up in my garage just to get my tools hanging. Just all sorts of random stuff laying around. I don't have a spot to put these, but I don't really use them very much, my sheet metal tools. So I'll probably end up just putting them in a drawer. Harbor Freight. Built some stands for these. Had some 1/2-inch plate laying around that I got from a job, so I just made the base out of that, and then had a buddy cut out a chunk for me right there. Bolted it all, painted it. Nice, movable, looks good. It's kind of what I like to have. Gonna be building, just welding up another piece of steel with some, probably just 1/4 inch coming out. And make them pretty long, and then I can just keep all my belts separated by the grit instead of having those little tiny ones that